Hello and welcome back. It's been quite a while. This time we're going to be looking at SVC Chaos. You might be wondering, well, didn't you cover that shit before? Yes, I did, for the MVS, the AES version. Now we're going to look at the PS2 version. Most will be familiar with the Xbox version. When it came out, I think about 2003, and I think it was one of the first games to go do online fighting, which is actually pretty cool. So, what's the difference between this version and that version? Not much. Here you have a gallery, and you have a survival mode, which is actually kind of cool, but it's a direct port of the arcade original. So that means no arranged soundtracks, no arranged graphics, backgrounds. Yeah, not much more than that. Now, the one thing is positive, though, I gotta admit, is they got rid of the stupid-ass counter, as you see. I hate when there's a timer in fighting games, especially when there's like a plethora of fighters to choose from. It's annoying. It really is, when you're trying to formulate a team or trying to pick a particular character. I don't know. It just puts undue stress on a person, and it doesn't make any sense. Now, you might be wondering, the roster looks a little slim here, because the Xbox One version has the extra characters. Well, if you hit the R1 button, then you have our extra characters pop up. There you go. So, let's just get into the game, give you what it looks like, and you judge for yourself if the game interests you. The thing is that if you're looking for, you know, extras and all this other different crap, you've come to the wrong place. But if you're looking for a direct port of the arcade original, well, then you're going to be pretty much satisfied. So that's basically what I'm going to tell you. Which could be a good thing and a bad thing. But in this case, it's kind of a bad thing because there were so many problems with the original that with advanced hardware, things should have been addressed. And to me, it makes no sense. Why not? The thing is that you expect, you know, improvement from the original. But what happens here is you get sheer laziness. I'm not saying the game is bad. I enjoy SVC Chaos. I actually do like the gameplay. I think it's fun, but it's unbalanced. You know, some characters are dominating, you know, and it can be very frustrating. If you take the time to tweak the game up, you know, it can be a really fun-ass game. But, you know, sometimes it's just better to rush a port out, make that money, blah, 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 which, yeah, it's lazy. So, the thing is that, you have to kind of see that I'm being a little harsh on the game, but, you know, you want to see what you're getting for your money. Now, the game isn't going to cost you a whole bunch of money or anything like that. It only cost me, like, I think it was like 24, 25 bucks. But the point is that you might want to have more experience, want to have a little bit more of an experience with a more advanced hardware. You're not going to really find it. It sounds negative, but sorry. Like, if you look at a lot of the PS2 versions of, like, the King of Fighter games and stuff, a lot of them, when there were some issues, SNK tried to rectify them. You know, like in, let's say, King of Fighters 2003. Some of the backgrounds were just garbage. Just literal garbage. But they tried to give, like, you know, a 3D, pre-rendered backgrounds. They tried to add a little extras to the game. You know, which is actually pretty cool. You know, make it a little bit more special type of thing. Here, they didn't even bother. Which to me, like, is very lazy. Hey, it is what it is. But, hey, what are you gonna do? The sound and everything is pretty much the same as the arcade. It plays well. I'm using a, what is it, the Tekken 10th Anniversary joystick. And the inputs are pretty, what do you call it? There's no lag, basically. And it plays fairly well. But I do always recommend a joystick when you're playing, you know, against fighting games. Because the PS2 pad is not exactly, you know, fighting game friendly. Crap, I keep on missing him with that midnight joint. Now, the one thing I do appreciate about the game, well, SVC Chaos in general, is I love the character graphics, especially the Capcom side. I think the Capcom side is really well drawn. Like, I like Capcom games too, but they're very cartoony, and, you know, they kind of look kind of goofy. Like, especially, like, you know, in some of the Alpha games and things like that, the characters looked like they had, like, really big feet and stuff like that. I don't know. Here, they actually look more realistic. If you look at Dimitri or Dimitri, whatever the frick his name is, he looks like a real vampire compared to his Darkstalker counterparts. So, you know, he looks menacing. You know, he looks like a demon, a vampire. So, it really is cool. So, and, you know, you see the height, how built he is. It's a lot of detail involved. And, I think it looks outstanding. Oh, she caught me. But the thing is that it's just a preference. That's just the way it is. But should you check the game out? Sure. If you don't have the Xbox version, you don't have the MVS version or the AES version, and this might be the only one you can get, absolutely check it out. Because despite its balancing issues, it's still a fun game to play. I'm sorry, it really is. And you do have a bit of a challenge in the game. Sometimes it can be a little frustrating. You know, you have your secret characters like Athena, what is it, Red Aramar or Aramar? You know, the guy from Ghouls and Ghosts and Goblins, or whatever the hell this shit is. Ah, caught her. Boom. But the thing is it does have some cool stuff in it. You know, so it is a fun fighting game. But I just wish they would have gone more with trying to tweak the game and improve the original rather than just porting the original, you know. So, I'm going to leave you with a little bit more gameplay. You decide for yourself, you know. I'm a big fan of SNK games, so a lot of times I give things a pass. But I'm going to be truthful about what the problem is. And the thing is that it should have not been a direct port to the arcade. And I don't have a problem you contain the original, but you should have had like a remixed version or some shit. You know, you gotta change it up. Because the hardware is, at that point, God, 13 years old. And, you know, you kind of expect more. And I don't see why people shouldn't expect more at that point. Alright, I hope you enjoyed, you know, my little overview. Don't be so dissuaded by a lot of what I said. If you enjoy the game, and this is your only way of getting it, sure, check it out. But there are alternatives. Like I said, the Xbox version, you know, or only the actual real arcade version. So, yeah. And, I hope you enjoyed. Take care.